the dreadful parts we talk about in the books, and this kind of bridges across political spectrums. We believe, Matt, that in the spring of 2020, we probably missed about 250,000 cases of child abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's typically sharp-eyed teachers and administrators that call that out, and kids weren't in school. And think about, even when kids got back into school, how many bruises on mom's face do we miss because she had to wear a mask at drop-off?
Yeah.
Right? You don't think about the regular sort of interactions that we have as humans and how we rely on those for morality, for our civilization. And when you upend those, it causes chaos. It causes serious harm. These kids will never get that back.
Yeah, like you think about it, it's supply chain's not the right word, but we had all of these cultural processes for managing problems.
Right.
And you described just one micro example of that, and there's unfortunately probably an infinite number of supply chains that we broke in the process of saying, you know what, we're just not going to let kids go to school. So we've teased the book, but let's talk about this. Let's shamelessly flack.
Fantastic.
Gone viral: How COVID Drove the World Insane. I think your title's spot on. That's a very scary looking virus on the cover. This is out how long?
Just a month or two.
Okay.
So just out from Regnery. This was a real work of passion. I never thought I'd write a book on this stuff, but and it was a painful thing to write through. In fact, it's a very accessible read, and we took a very different approach. And at first, I started kind of like a personal memoir of my experiences with Scott and everything. But then I read what was I thought what was needed right now was kind of that library of how if someone comes up to me and says, I know plexiglass was kind of a really piss poor, intervention. Why was that? And we go through and talk about the craziness of plexiglass, or we talk about all the data, but all the stories behind masking, and we get into some of the crazy stories that all of us experience, whether it was someone chasing us from a park, or them, they padlocked my daughter's swing set, her favorite swing set at the park for a year. And I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah.
And the experience that people had on the ground is very different than the stats you tell, but we share both, so you can sort of combine these things. But we basically take every single myth, and I hope people take this to, their school boards, take it to these things, because you can see already here in the winter of 2022, they're not stopping, right? They're starting to put masks back on kids here in D.C. What a terrible predicament you guys face for kids here. And in San Diego, I had it better, but not much. And we're taking every measure we can just to make sure our kids have a normal existence.